How's it going, everyone? Hopefully you're doing well. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the TVP. We're going to be playing a few games in it, discussing the equipment options and stuff like that. Sort of a mini review. So let's get straight into this, shall we? So starting off with the loadout. This is kind of the default loadout that you would want. As you can see, 24-24. It's debatable whether or not you want to take a HE clip. I'm going to take it just because if you do meet a Gorilla 15 or something like that, then you can quickly just intuition out your HE clip and get a nice bit of damage off, especially as these do go at 100 more damage than the other two. So they are quite nice in that regard. And also 900 is not fast by any means for HE, but it's not super slow either. So you can kind of get away with it. Then, as you can see, I've got 24 APCR rounds. These APCR rounds are quite nice, going at 1.4 meters a second. And then we do have quite a lot of heat rounds as well, because the way that I play this tank is kind of sort of a support role for the heavy tanks, but also you can then just go off and like fight the medium tanks or something, or do whatever you want. So the heat rounds are not great. They only have 310 pen, but that's usually enough to deal with most tanks, especially if you can kind of get the weak spots, if you can find them. I mean, most of the heavy tanks don't have weak spots now, but that's just how it is in the game. But you can deal with 310 pen pretty easily. I mean, the Krang gets 300 pen, and there's no issues there, really, at least most of the time. Now, for the crew skills, we do have quite a few. This is a 5-skill crew, nearly 6. So obviously 6th Sense, Brothers in Arms, then you've got Recon and Situational Awareness. Keep in mind that this is on the Commander. It's going to be quite focused on the Commander, and then the others are just kind of whatever you want. Intuition is kind of a must on this tank, to be fair, as with most autoloaders, because the intuition helps you out so much in the game, especially if you've loaded APCR, and then all of a sudden, let's say a heavy tank comes on the corner, like a mouse. Your 2 full rate APCR rounds are not going to do a lot, even against the lower plate. Sometimes they'll just bounce right off. So, yeah, it's useful to have. You can quickly intuition it out in like 5 seconds or something like that, or even less than that. And then you have full heat clip ready to go. Now, for the equipment choices, you have a lot to choose from. And I mean a lot. You could ditch vents and you could go for a turbo. However, at the moment, I'm using vents, IAU, and VSTAB. The thing is, you could realistically go for whatever you want. You could ditch the IAU and go for IRM, for example. Or you could go for optics. I would say that vents and VSTAB are kind of a must on this tank. A lot of people just quickly ditch vents now, and they even replace IAU for vents, even though the improved aiming unit only does like usually 0.01 more dispersion than vents. So it doesn't really make sense, considering that vents will do a lot more than just the aiming. So I don't know. I don't agree that vents is completely useless, as a lot of people like to think it is. It is quite nice, especially bounty vents and bond vents. Like, they are very nice. However, we are going to be playing a game in this first. You could ditch out the IAU for hardening, which is probably what I would recommend on most maps, especially close quarters maps, because, I mean, realistically speaking, this setup is great for maps like Prokhorovka, Malinovka, stuff where you got to kind of snipe, and in maps where it's like Himmelsdorf and stuff like that, or Ensk, IAU is not going to help you out. Like, it's just not. The more HP and the better track health is going to help you out dramatically more than IAU would. So ideally, you want 2 equipment slots on this tank, and obviously, with field mods, you can do that. I don't have any at the moment. As I said, this is a mini review, so I'm not going to go into, loads of detail about this. So let's just go and play some games now, because there's no point talking about in-depth stats when this is meant to be just a quick video, just showing the tank off, and then we can go into a more detailed review later on Maybe once I get all the field ones and stuff like that. Okay, so we get put on Ruinberg. That's absolutely fine for us. We're going to go to the city. Obviously, this is going to be a map where I'd rather have HP boost. But we are going to go to the default spot to get the initial shots off. And then hopefully we can get some more damage done later on once we go into a little bit of a better position. Lovely. Initial 1k damage done, we back off, and we just hide for the next 15 seconds. That is as easy as it gets for the TVP. That's literally all you have to do. It's very, very good. And now we have 2 seconds left. This guy's going to spot that. Not quite. So, yeah. Already done 1.6k. Yep. That's just TVP. You just sit here. You don't have to go in and be aggressive. You can just afford to snipe with it. That super conk was about to get absolutely obliterated if he had actually peeked that. He actually has. So we're going to load heat now. As you can see, intuition helping us out. There is a chief at the top there as well, which is going to be slightly annoying for us. E4, I can actually shoot his cupola. He'll go back in a second. Nice. Another E4. Come on, E4. Peek. Come on. Just get ready for him. Okay, what? We'll go for the reload then and back off. Because he shouldn't be able to peek this. And we're spotting him now as well, which is good. So we get a little bit of assistance, obviously. Because we are in proxy for him. And we still have the majority... Well, we still have all of our health to play with. But the problem is that we are going to be starting to lose this side, which is a problem. They should be able to hold this, so we should be able to move. Wow. Okay. Well, and there goes all our health. Very cool. And we still have the majority... Well, we still have all of our health. I thought the E3 had fired, but he didn't. Well, this is probably going to be a loss now. Our 268 isn't playing aggressively, unfortunately. Our 268 V4, I should say. Okay. Can we get some shots off here? We might be able to in a second. Get a few shots and then run instantly. Of course, man, it bounces. Oh, of course it bounces off the lower play of an E3 because that's not a weak spot. Yeah, whatever, game. Never go into this corner, can I just say? Never, ever go onto this corner. Because the problem is that everyone that goes up into the... well, where you see where the chieftain is, up onto that ridge line, or whatever it's called, above you, you just get farmed. If you're in a Kran, you have 0 armor there. If they have heat rounds. 0. So, yeah. I don't know. This is not the good side anymore, honestly, for Ruinberg. It's completely switched over. So, we did get 3.1k, and that's second on damage. I don't know. Yeah. If this guy had gone into the city, he would have got a lot more than just 500 damage. Like, a lot more. And then this is what I mean. Like the Kran, he goes there, he takes 5 shots, 5 pens, he's dead. You never go onto that corner. Ever. It's just... You're just literally giving yourself... Just saying, kill me at that point. So yeah. You never ever go onto that corner because it doesn't work. And we lost 43k even with battle payments active for the clan because tier 10 is expensive. Okay, so what we're going to do now is ditch the IAU and should we put a turbo on it? Put a turbo on it, why not? So now it goes at 65 with 27 pound to weight, which is a lot more like a light tank than a medium tank in reality. Yeah, let's see how this goes. Right, we are now on Redshire, and we're going to go to kind of the default place to try and kind of snipe from at the start. We do have a light tank, we actually have 2, and we have an EBR and a WZ. So hopefully we should be able to just go up into these bushes over here, and then be able to snipe across. This guy's going to overpeak. I won't be able to get a shot off though, so we just need to hide for a second. Unfortunately, the ridge line was a bit too much. So we just hide. This guy might try and do it again. But now we should... Oh. Why is there a 705A there? That one, the second shot was badly aimed. The second shot was definitely very badly aimed. I'm not too sure why there's a 705A up here. It's kind of annoying because we don't really have... like, oh, I might just go down. We don't really have a lot of gun depression on this tank. And to play a lot of these ridge lines over here, we're going to need a little bit more gun depression than we already have. Also, there's a 13105 in these bushes here. I'll try and spot him if I can. We didn't shoot him. Unfortunately, we're not going to get another shot off. We did spot him, though. A little bit unlucky. Go across. Leo tracks us. Alright, let's get this back now. Slowly we might be able to do something in this game. Very, very slowly. Unfortunately, we have Ari free. I don't know if he's AFK or not, but he's not doing a lot at the moment. Let's see if we can spot anything. Spot the STRV at the back. It's good. Unfortunately, we don't have anyone to shoot him, though. Which is less good. And so begins the stalemate of Redshire. I mean, they're pushing through, like, okay, great, but they're not going to get anywhere. It's going to be very, very hard for them to do anything, actually. Okay, then. I don't know how I hit his track. I didn't think I could see his track, but oh well. Might be able to get some shots on a 268 V4 if he peeks up. Nice. Still a 13105. I mean, we still have our light tank, which is good. What health is he on? Wow. Very low. There's Leo, and there's also the Progetto at the back. Because the Kran said earlier, as you can see here. Yeah, you can see. Yeah, you'll see the Kran said Progetto at the back as well. Wow, that's not good. Okay, that's actually really not good. What? How does he go unspotted? Game? He even shot. Okay. Just don't question it, Max. Just best if you don't. Your life will be a lot better if you don't try and understand what just happened there. How is this thing still going? Just went downstairs. Come back and it's still going. Well, I mean, we won. I mean, in fairness, I didn't play that well. But there you go. Whatever. Let's now ditch that. And we're going to buy a thingy. Yeah. It's only 200k, it's fine. Also, a nice thing about, obviously, this being a support medium tank or medium tank in general, you can put the slot as the survivability. So you could boost this up even more. But yeah, we're going to try out the hardening. Let's go. Right. We get on Malinovka. But it's actually fine. What we're going to do is not go up with the heavies on the hill. Like, there's no point, to be quite honest with you. So we're going to play a little bit defensively at the start. And hopefully we should be able to hopefully snipe the light tank if he actually goes into the normal bush. If we go like here, we should be able to snipe anyone that goes up onto that ridgeline as well. If they overpeak it a bit too much. Ooh. Well, this is some fun and engaging gameplay. I mean, I might be able to get some shots off here in a second. Lovely. Very, very nice. And now we just sit here and wait again. Well, there's an E4. No, that's an E3, Max. The 13105 is pushing up. I don't think we're going to be able to shoot any of these. We are actually pretty safe from anyone over this side from spotting us. Even if we fire, because obviously we have quite a few bushes in the way. But it's just about patience at the moment. Right. What we're going to do is cross this. So the manticore is in that bush. Maybe we can actually get a shot on this chieftain if he goes back again.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Put a few in. Maybe we hit him. I'm not sure. I mean, I didn't see any splashes, so... Yeah. Goodbye. Now it's just about trying to find angles. This is why I use config on a 60 TP. Is the Leo still here? Put a few in. Maybe he's still there. I don't know. I think the time has come to push up and try and get better angles on people. I mean, hopefully all of those shots actually hit the manticore, and then we're up quite a lot of damage. But I don't think all of them did hit. Maybe one missed. It's still an SDRV, which we just don't know where he is. And so obviously the E4. Load heat rounds for the E4. See if we can spot him. He's probably going to fire at us in a second, so... There he is. E4 fired at that. That's an easier shot for us. And now we can push up. Hopefully we might even be able to spot this SDRV. I mean, it's 15-2. I mean, it's a turbo game, but whatever. Let's see how much damage you got blind. Only a little bit blind. We didn't actually hit the manticore once. Wow. I thought we would have hit the manticore a few times. Oh well. At least we're going to play it. And that is that done. So unfortunately, not really very good games at all for this tank. Only 2.3k damage. As I said, for like tier 10 mediums, I want at least like 3.5 to 3k damage wise. But yeah, what are you going to do about it? You can't really change it. Hardening is definitely the way to go, honestly. Especially once you get the slot bonus as well. It just helps you out too much. And the fact that obviously autoloaders can have vents and hardening is just really nice. Whereas on kind of the other heavy tanks, you have to sort of forgo the vents to put hardening on them because you're not going to ditch V-stab. Hardening is very, very nice. So that was the TVP. Apologies that there wasn't, like ace tanker gameplay or a super, super good session. But that's just how it goes. I show you kind of how I play, and if it's bad, it's bad. Like I can't change that. I don't cherry pick anything. But this is a TVP. It's a good tank. Right, it is a good tank. I am not a very good TVP player. I'm not a very good medium tank player. I'm much more comfortable in heavy tanks than basically anything else. So, yeah, maybe you're a lot better in a TVP. You have to let me know. And, yeah, leave a comment down below what tank you would like to see next. I'm going to do only tier 10s at the moment because I have most of them, or at least most of the meta tier 10s I have. So let me know what you would like to see next. And as always, thank you very much for watching. See you in the next one.